Why is it Episode 2? Both situations will live in infamy on December 7, 1944 and September 11, 2001. The former head of state's 26th, 35th, 37th, 43rd and 45th while in office had the drive and foresight to build up our armed forces while skillfully managing diplomacy about foreign affairs. The 26th heads of state of the country had the knowledge of their ancestors about Unfortunately, the intelligence from the lower military personnel was ignored, which allowed the 1941 tragedy. The intelligence neglected to listen to the military informing other individuals in the upper chain of command and yet did not believe it. Unfortunately, this resulted in the shelling of as problems occurred throughout the history of the Freedom Nation in ways neglected to listen to individuals that we had trained to allow us intelligence in World War II, because the improper follow-through of the chief commander of the European nations turned our allies into an enemy. The 35th head of state had his first-hand knowledge of military strategy during his involvement in World War II throughout our nation's security and safety of our nation. From his experience during World War II, he was one of the best heads of state that were alive. Unfortunately, life was cut short. He was the commander-in-chief that believed in the special forces during his term. For sure he would have listened to the intelligence of the special forces. The 37th heads of state knew exactly what was going on with the military during the crisis of southern Vietnam, and with knowledge of World War II, all these heads of state know exactly what is going on. Unfortunately, again, the intelligence and national security were ignored and able to mediate better than the latest commanders of our nation, and yet learned to listen to the lower chain of command, yet led astray by the political agendas of the nation. The 43rd head of state is one of the best heads of state we have ever had during 9/11, and yet in the same situation as what occurred with the 26th heads of state in World War II also need to worry about our national security. Unfortunately, our national security intelligence threatened, and it is pre-active instead of initiative taking to strengthen up your borders, which all these heads of states have done. However, political parties revert to the old ways of dealing with our nation's democracy instead of dealing with the situation. This even reflects the insecurity of the political agenda of our nation's security is becoming endangered, and since the 45th head of state during his presidency strengthened our borders and made sure that our military response to the crisis of our nation. Unfortunately, board members did not agree with the aggressive nature of dealing with traitors of the nation's security. In turn, also became a political agenda because of his way of exposing political parties of our nation as being inappropriate and endangering our national security. In addition to the corruption in the D Party, this leads up to our national security and freedoms being at risk because of the behaviors of our political agendas and political parties' upheaval towards him. I agree with what they say. Click on the links below in the description. How to become watch M7L4Q44WST452 How to become watch 0 Ajike 4D8S T1261 How to become watch 9FFQ5 IPO8U8 How to become watch 64 Air He4 How to become watch 3DT9 Upkate How to become watch Vectel 3JCK8 Tot How to become watch Beak J9X411 How to become watch 0 Li Click that like, dislike and bell button if you want more videos. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching.